Good morning, welcome to your latest Met Office update on this rather wet Tuesday for many of us. Already first thing, we have heavy rain across parts of southwest Scotland, western parts of England and Wales. That rain having swept across Northern Ireland overnight. The heaviest rain's going to be over the highest ground in the west. Could be 30 to 40 millimetres over the hills and mountains of North Wales, and there will be some strong winds mixed in, gusts of around 30-40 miles per hour, perhaps even a little bit stronger than that in exposed spots to the west. A drier start towards the east, perhaps even a brighter one with some clear skies, but also a touch of frost maybe in a few places and some patches of fog before the cloud and the rain then pushes its way in as we go through the morning. That rain does break up and ease a little bit as it makes its progress across the country, but there could still be some heavier bursts across the eastern areas. Behind that then, something a bit drier. There will still be some outbreaks of rain around, and there could still be some heavy bursts mixed in, particularly over higher ground in the west, but there should be some decent drier interludes for many of us, albeit likely to stay pretty cloudy. Any sunshine is going to be fairly limited, perhaps some brightness developing towards the southwest. And it is still going to be quite blustery. The strongest winds will be during the morning in the west and as that rain pushes across the country, but a blustery theme to things. And so although temperatures are going to be higher than on Monday, highs around 13 or 14 Celsius, it won't feel particularly pleasant, especially in those blustery winds and in any heavier rain. Not a huge amount of change as we go through the evening, staying fairly cloudy, some outbreaks of rain as well, and then a band of more persistent and heavy rain pushing in across parts of Northern Ireland and Scotland, gradually making its way southeastwards. Across much of England and Wales, though, mostly dry through the early hours of Wednesday morning. Pretty cloudy though, and still quite blustery, some strong winds around, so temperatures aren't going to drop much. Many towns and cities holding up in double figures, but something a little bit colder starting to push in from the northwest behind this frontal system. That frontal system then bringing some heavy rain is gradually going to make its way southeastwards as we go through the day on Wednesday. So bringing some outbreaks of rain across northern parts of England and later into North Wales too. Ahead of this, across the rest of England and Wales, staying mostly dry. Very cloudy though, and that cloud will be thick enough for a few spots of rain at times and some blustery winds here. The greatest chance of seeing some sunshine on Wednesday will be across parts of Scotland, perhaps the far northwest of Northern Ireland. Here some decent sunny spells should break out, but also a few showers to watch out for towards the northwest. And here, this is where we're going to have the strongest winds. A fairly blustery, windy day for many of us, but towards northwest Scotland, the risk of gales or even severe gales around exposed areas. Bit of a north-south split in terms of our temperatures. For many it's going to be a fairly mild day, temperatures even higher than today, highs around 15 Celsius, but colder air coming in behind this frontal system means a chillier feel to things across much of Scotland, especially with those strong winds. More wet and windy weather to come as we go through the end of the week. It's always towards the west where we're going to see the heaviest rain and the strongest winds towards the northwest. Generally a mild theme to things, but similar to Wednesday, something a bit colder across northern parts, but most places feeling pretty mild. We'll have a more in-depth look at the weather at the moment in our deep dive, which will be available on our YouTube channel with Annie later on this afternoon. Otherwise, I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.